Hello, everybody. My first YouTube live. Let's see how this goes. If you guys are here already, please feel free to say hello in the chat. This is all brand new to me, so I'm learning how this works. I think there's one or two other people in here. I don't know, but I guess I'll just start off by telling you guys about my magical morning so far. So Wednesday mornings, hi Jacqui. Wednesday mornings is when I record my podcast with my podcast partner, Vicky. So she came over this morning at 6:30, and we recorded the podcast today regarding me quitting my day job and the whole process and how I got there. And it was really fun to dive back into my progress, to look at where I've been and to review how I got to where I am now. I spent like an hour this morning going through from like 2020 and like how I shifted into not working for anyone anymore. And then we talked about it on the podcast and it was just lovely. It was very wonderful. And then I don't think I told you guys about this on Insight Timer, but I don't think I've mentioned it that I had a cold call last week, last Thursday, from a person who runs a website called heal.me. I was referred to him by a friend of a friend. So this is like very far removed. But I talked to him last Friday, and it's pretty much like a community of healers that he runs. And he wanted to like add me on as one of the healers on this website. So he and I had a Zoom call right after I talked with Vicky on the podcast. And it was one of those things that like I started crying afterwards with how grateful I am that the universe just drops things like this into my lap. My biggest struggle with doing all of this stuff has been marketing myself and getting myself out there and like creating the emails to send out. Like that part just doesn't nourish me. I'm a manifester. I'm here to just like speak my message and then the rest of it is supposed to just like work itself out. And that's exactly what it seems like with this new partnership. So I'm very, I haven't committed fully yet to it, but it's coming. And it seems like it's just going to be a huge weight off of my shoulders. It's going to be a way for me to get my name out there. And then I have my coaching program that's going to be launching hopefully tomorrow. I want to take that word hopefully out either tomorrow or Friday or soon. But yeah, I got a lot of good stuff going on. I'm happy to share it with you guys. I'm happy that you guys are here with me. Christine says hello. Happy Wednesday, Jacqui and friends. If you know me from Insight Timer, please let us know who you are that you're here. If you just stumbled across me on YouTube, please let us know. I like to form tribes and stuff. So I'm just curious who's here, who's hanging out. Hi, Bonnie. This is a trial session of YouTube Live to see how it goes, to see if the platform is any different than Insight Timer. I've been on Insight Timer since December of 21, and just messages from the universe have been urging me to switch. So, hi, Kirby. Good morning. Oh, I love to see you guys. I love the comments. What else was I going to say? So, yeah, all this stuff, all these good things that I had going on this morning did not give me any time to sit with the chart for the eclipse again. But I'm just going to go off the same notes that I had yesterday, and who knows what will come through, because half the time I channel this information anyway. So I'm just kind of taking some time to revel in the goodness of the solar eclipse. Just you gotta like clear certain things out of your life in order to allow new things to come in. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. This is also, I'm just being transparent or whatever, maybe oversharing. It's throwing me off. The chat is on the opposite side here on YouTube Live than it is on Insight Timer. So it's fun. It's new. It's interesting. So actually, that means I gotta move this. Okay. So the solar eclipse new moon is happening tonight, 13, 14 hours and 7 minutes from now. Hello, Lynn. Glad to have you here. Solar eclipse happens tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on where you are in the world. But it's happening at 29 degrees of Aries. And now that I'm saying that out loud, I tell you guys all the time to look at your natal chart and see where 29 degrees of Aries is in your chart. I'm pretty sure I know where mine is, but I haven't actually looked at it. That's another part of like doing all this stuff. I try really hard to still nourish myself and still practice for myself, but I find myself just like gathering information so I could teach it so often. Sharon just arrived. This is my first YouTube live. Me too. Thank you so much for switching platforms to be with me. It makes me so happy to see so many familiar names here on YouTube Live. So happy. Bonnie says, interesting. I can go back in this live if I miss something and watch it from there. Ooh, I like that. So yeah, if I say something and then you guys are like, wait a second, what, what? You can go back and just listen to it again. Love it. Kirby said, I got so lost yesterday trying to find the 29 degrees of Aries. We're doing this on brand new. I'm going to pull up my chart. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to give you the most intimate look at my soul ever. Let's see. My chart, just so I can give you guys an example of how to find it. And it might be backwards, and I can't even see what I'm doing here. So here's my chart. And we're going to look for Aries right there. You see Aries is red on the bottom. I think this is backwards. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, I was right. It is my second house. So Aries ends where Taurus begins. So we have this thick line right here. That's where Aries ends. And if there's 30 degrees in Aries, I'm going to go to the very end of Aries, right before Taurus, to see where 29 degrees is. And then look at the pie piece, follow the pie piece up to the inner circle. And I don't know if you guys can tell, it's my second house. So that's how I find where the stuff is happening in your chart. Christine says my first ever live as well. Christine, it's in their second house too. So yeah, second house for me and for you, Christine, is all about resources. So my gosh, if that heal me guy not reaching out to me is not a resource. New beginning solar eclipse. Second house is also like self-confidence, being secure in yourself with what you have. Kirby, it's in your 12th house. The 12th house, my girl, is all about self-undoing, the death of the ego, letting everything about the old version of you leave, float away in the wind, so that you can start new to walk back into that first house. So this might be the start of some shadow work for you. This might be like the tuning fork that rings the next 6 months of doing some shadow work. I wouldn't be surprised if you dove into that at this time, Kirby. So, and it seems like all of you guys were with me yesterday on Insight Timer. So actually, let me know in the chat if anyone is new, if you did not get this spiel yesterday, because maybe we can just do a little solar eclipse Q&A instead of me literally repeating everything that you guys heard yesterday. And then people can also watch my YouTube video from yesterday to see it. Or let me know what other questions you have. Sharon says, for me, this is happening in the first house. What's that? First house is the house of self. It's the house of your personality, sense of self, having an understanding of who you are. So this solar eclipse, new beginning, you might feel within like 6 months from now, Sharon, you might feel like you're a completely different version. Like you have a whole new attitude about yourself. You have a whole new sense of what your role is in life. Like not even like what's my role in my family? What's my role in my job? It's more than that. Like you'll know like what you'll have a new feel of what your role is in this whole thing. Lynn, it's in your second too. Thank you for showing how the degrees works. Oh, you're so welcome. Lynn, yours is in the first. Same, like I just said for Sharon. Interesting. Morning, Therese. Moon and eclipse, beautiful ones from South Oregon. Welcome, Therese. Christine was not on Insight Timer yesterday, but go with what serves you as best as far as information. It's all good. So I guess I'll just like run over this. And then Christine, you could go back and watch my video from yesterday, which is already on YouTube. So eclipses happen when, oh, hi, Helen. Tune to it. That's Helen, guys. I haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to see you here. This feels so much more personal. Like maybe it's because I know all of you guys who are commenting right now, but this feels more like a hangout group than Insight Timer. Feels more like a teacher thing for me. So eclipses happen when the new moon or the full moon happens really close to the node of the moon. So the nodes right now are in the very beginning of Taurus and Scorpio. This new moon is happening at the end of Aries. So 29 degrees away. So new moon brings new beginnings next to the north node, which points us exactly to where we need to go in order to reach our highest destiny. So eclipses bring huge change. And they're usually things that you don't really notice until you go back and reflect. I still haven't yet, but I don't know, sometime within the week, it's my intention to go back and just look at what was happening the last time we had eclipses. So that would be late October, early November, October 25th, I believe, and November 7th or 8th. So that was our most recent eclipse dealio. But before that was last April, around the same, like late April to mid-May. Bonnie says, Christine Wayland, are you from SJA 1985? I don't know what that means, but I hope you guys do. Sharon says, wow, first house, that sounds exciting. And I can't believe I missed yesterday's live. I didn't have it in my calendar. Yeah, yesterday was also a Tuesday, which I don't normally go live on Tuesdays because I used to have work at that time, but I quit that job so I can do whatever I want whenever I want now. This solar eclipse happening at the end of Aries. It is the final degree of Aries. So it's like a new beginning at the very end of this chapter is what it feels like. So this feels like you've walked through the whole Aries sign, like you've understood the basics of who you are, the adolescence of who you are, and now I see this as like a graduation into that next level version of yourself. Not even like what's your role on this planet. It's 100% like who am I? I feel like this is a different, like a deeper understanding of who you are at your soul level. Like you're meeting another version of your highest self. That's what this feels like to me. This new beginning at the very end of Aries. This is also being amplified by Jupiter. Jupiter is 6 degrees away from this eclipse. Jupiter loves to expand and grow the energies of whatever he's near. So that just adds more juice to this giant new beginning, right? We're not going into the Pluto stuff today. If you want to know what's happening with Pluto and how he's affecting stuff, watch my video from yesterday. I don't remember what I called it. If one of you guys can look at what I called it and put it in here. I'm trying really hard to remember. Yeah, I don't want to get heavy today. I want to keep it light today. What else can I say about this full moon? So, new moon. So after our eclipse, we walk right into Taurus season. Taurus season starts tomorrow, April 20th. So we have this like big new beginning in the sign of Aries, like refresh exactly who you are, what you want to accomplish in this lifetime. Like, this is step one. And then tomorrow we walk into Taurus season, and it's just like, okay, here I am. I'm comforted. I'm nurtured. What do I want to get practical with? Like, what is needing my attention to be sustained? What is worth all of that is ready to be built upon? What needs sowing and nurturing and watering and love? Like, what is ready to be carried on for the rest of this zodiac season? I just want to get right into the cards today. This feels good. We'll do a bigger card reading today because most of you guys already got this explanation. How do you guys like this platform so far? Is it any different for you? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it just different? Is it the same? I love feedback. So yesterday we asked our higher selves with the star codes Astro. No, was it? Yes. We asked the star codes Astro deck what our higher self wanted us to know during this transitionary phase. And we're going to ask the same thing. We're still going to talk to our higher selves today. We're going to ask our higher selves using Gateway of Light. We're going to ask our higher selves what we need to know in order to make this transition smooth and easy. Sound is a little muffled, better when you move back a bit. I adjusted my mic. Does that sound better at all? What are in those strike boxes? My husband's hopes and dreams. They're just empty. We're redoing our closet. It's better sound. Okay, that's good. We're redoing our closet, which is right next to me, and this is gonna be like our drawer system. So when they came in, well, you can't hear the music today. There's not a garage in those boxes. The energy of the garage is in the boxes, Bonnie. Yeah, so we're redoing our closet, and he's like making all of the. You guys want to go for a field trip real quick? I'm feeling vulnerable AF today. All right, here's my messy room and the closet. Ready? Dun, 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 dun. That's the closet that we're building. He is handcrafting all of the shelving and everything that goes in there, and the boxes are all piled up because that's what he thought would be the best place to store them while we're in the process of working on the closet. So that's why the boxes are there. There's nothing in them. They're totally empty. Helen says, now your sound is a little muffled. I hardly notice any difference in the platform, says Sharon. Helen says it looks like something from Dr. Seuss. I can see that. That's cute. Do you have music on, Christine? Yes, I do. Kirby says, Jackie, I think we've figured it out. You need a mic. The audio sounds strange when you lean back. Overall better, but you need a microphone. I have one. It's plugged in. Now you sound muffled. Let's see if we lose Jackie, though. Helen says we can't hear the music. I wonder if these chats are delayed. That's the test. And Kirby said, see, I promise I have a microphone plugged in. Well, is it better if it's right there? I moved the microphone. Does that sound any different? And I had the volume. Don't think they're delayed. Okay, Helen, thank you. I had the volume all the way up, but then when Jackie said it was muffled, I turned it down. Hey, thanks for troubleshooting with me too, guys. This is fun, fun, fun. The good news is the picture is very clear. Okay, that's awesome. Good thought. I'm like on you. Yeah, I mean, it's like a really expensive microphone. It was an investment because I knew I was going to be doing all this live stuff. Oh, Bonnie says I have you on my phone and tablet. They're at different times. Is that because you, like, paused one of them to go back? Did you catch all the way up? This is so much fun. I feel like I'm hanging out with my girlfriends. We call it mosquitoes in Sweden, the small black mic. Oh, the little ones that people hold up? Oh, Helen, I know. I always think it started this way. Interesting. Interesting. Lapel mic? Oh, the pin. Yeah, I see that a lot on TikTok. People just, like, hold it right up to their mouth, and then you get that, like, you hear all their popping. That drives me nuts. It feels like they're, like, whispering into your soul. Bonnie says, "I'm good with the sound as long as you don't freeze." Cool. Christine, I have you on my phone and tablet as well, so I can have full screen within chat too. Oh my gosh, the lengths that you guys go to hang out with me, I'm amazed that, like, you guys care that much. I love it. Uh-oh. Oh, no alien speak now. Oh, I have my alien right over here. He's got a lot of ash in him right now, so I can't do it. Yeah, I just need it closer to you. Oh, so the sound is better now? That's good to know. I'll make adjustments. I love you, Helen. Alright. Um, Still can't really hear your music. I wonder if that has something to do with give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna play this in settings. I don't see any way to change volume. Trying to think about, like, computer settings, how I can change it. Because I'm doing everything the exact same that I would on Insight Timer. We can learn to adjust our ears so we can understand underwater speak. If you have an Atlantean past life, then maybe that is what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the music. Let let me try one thing because you guys are the best and you're so patient and I have your support. And we're gonna see. All right, I just paused the music, so let me know if that sounds any different. And what I'm gonna try to do is put something on my phone, and I'll put the phone right next to the microphone and see if I don't know, sometimes, like, it'll get weird with my voice. QuickBooks Self-Employed matches and categorizes expenses automatically. Maximize your tax savings. I'm waiting on an ad. Want a second income stream? Because if you can download an app from the App Store, then you can now build. Without the music, your sound is amazingly good. The sound is much better now. Okay. I actually don't like that one. Let me see. I'm going to try putting another one. Bonnie says, agreed. Helen, I bet YouTube has a tutorial for presenters. Christine says it's a big difference. Okay. What about? All right. I put music on my phone, which is on the other side of the microphone. Let me know how that sounds. Yes, Sharon, we are all friends here. This is fun. Okay, you can hear the music then? If I do it over there? I can hear the music, but it's faint. I turned the music up a little bit. Let me know how that sounds. Kirby says it sounds way better without the music. Christine can hear the birds. Is it a good volume? Like, does the stuff change when I talk? You know, like sometimes like it goes in and out. Jackie says I hear the music and you both. You sound so much better. Helen, the music is louder. Voice and sound is good now. Good volume here. My gosh. Thanks for the help. This feels good. Sounds so much better. Okay, cool. Look, we're all learning together. How fun. And then I'll watch the replay and I'll see. All right, Helen says it's all good. All right, let's do this little intimate group reading. I was just getting myself recentered. All right, so we're using the Gateway of Light activation deck. Hold on, Teresa, something. Technology here, rural Southern Oregon, has been sketchy the past 24 hours. Could be solar flares or hacking. One of the two. This is actually like the best technology that I've had in the last couple months. And so this makes me think it's the platform. I'm going to try out a different time on YouTube Live as well. Kirby says you can hear the music better. Yes. All right. Gateway of Light activation, asking our higher selves what advice to hang on to during this big transition. And this is for the intimate group of 12 people here today. This is great. I love this. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3. See? You guys know the drill. You know how this goes. Don't even have to explain. Ready? The chat is way behind, though, says Kirby. Interesting. So now I wonder if that has anything to do with your connection. But here's the back of card number 1. Here's the back of card number 2. And here's the back of card number 3. Jackie, 1 and 2 combined. A little 3. Helen, 2 for sure. Bonnie, 2. Christine, the chat is great. Helen says the chat is flowing okay. I gotta move the mic because that's where I hold my book. Oops. All right, I made some adjustments. Tell me if the sound is still good for you all. Chat is great here, says Christine. Can you hold them up again? Of course. All right, back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. The music is a bit louder, and the music is good. All right, as long as it's good. So is your audio a bit louder? Interesting. As long as you're okay with all that. Lynn says 2, a bit of a shadow or mystic. 3 is light. I am so excited to read this to you guys. 3, says Christine, and itch and a flash of light. 3, an itch and a flash of light. Here's my cup. Good morning, y'all. So before I read these cards, this just feels like an intimate group reading with people who have been in the tribe for some time. This is curated for us right now. That's what I'll say, and then I'll explain afterwards. Chicken butts. Kirby says 3 on my back. Not much for 1 or 2. All right. The whole reading is for all of us. It'll all come together. Just curious if any of you guys remember. It was the very last Insight Timer session I did at the end of 2022. I asked this deck for a card to represent 2023. It made a big impact on me. I wrote it on my affirmation board every day. Curious if you guys remember what that card was, because it is revisiting us right now. If you don't, I'm just letting you know that this is what came out from our guides when we asked what the energy for 2023 would look like. The year of the 7, the year of the mystic, the year of luck, right? Lucky number 7. Sure you wrote it in your journal, Jackie. Of course you did. Well, here it is again. The Stellar Gateway activation card. Infinite potential. Manifestation vortex. Is this backwards for you guys? Does YouTube flip it for you? Because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Can you guys read the card? And yes, it's right. Okay, thank you. This is the message of 2023. And here's the first eclipse of 2023, and it's smacking us in the face again. So let me remind you, the Stellar Gateway is the highest of our chakras. It's found about 12 to 24 feet or 3 to 6 meters above our head. It is the energetic gateway that connects us with the divine matrix. It governs our connection to the spiritual laws of creation and the quantum field, and holds our life's potential as it holds all the intentions that we set before this incarnation and all the intentions we've set during it that support the ever unfolding path of our earthly experience. Energetically, this portal is beyond time and space. And when we connect with it, we come into alignment with all the aspects of our soul's journey, including when we were part of the cosmos. This card transports us to a stargate that has a giant pyramid within it. Above the stargate, there are 3-dimensional images of Thoth, the former priest king of Atlantis, who is one of the ancient masters holding the secrets of the universe. This image is a reminder of our potential and of our ancient and starry connections. The pyramid is a symbol of rising power and of how our soul has existed through lifetimes. The Stargate is a projection of our own stellar gateway. This card is therefore a reminder that all things are possible, and that with the right alignment, we can draw the powers of heaven down to earth in order to create heaven upon earth. You are a master of manifestation. Every one of your thoughts, actions, non-actions, and choices is affecting the unfolding of your path. Realize that you have great potential and power within you, and through your focused awareness, you can draw on heavenly support to create the life of your wildest dreams. Know that all the energies you connect with are carried up to your stellar gateway, and if they are aligned with the intentions your soul had before this incarnation, opportunities will come your way. It is important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins at this time, and also tracking down the intentions of your soul. For if you can bring your wishes in this life together with your pre-life intentions, you can live a life that is aligned with the highest heavens. That feels good. So this to me is pretty much saying, oh my gosh, if you're doing the right thing, the universe is going to help you out. If you're leading with love, if you are in the mindset of service to others, everything that you need will be handed to you. That's essentially what this is saying. We're activating that stellar gateway chakra. So, like, you have your crown chakra that's at the top of your head. Then you have your soul star chakra that's like a foot above your head. And then the stellar gateway is like way up there. It's truly connecting you to the divine and source and all of that stuff. And this is like the sign that it's activated right now. So, everything that is in alignment with what your soul chose to do in this incarnation, it's unfolding for you at like rapid fire, like instant. You need something, boom, here it is. And like, if you guys have examples that are coming up in the back of your mind right now, please throw them in the chat. But again, this is me talking, like, I can only talk about my own experience. I quit my job, and the universe just like threw these ideas in my lap. You know, it's not like it threw rent money at me. It threw ideas that's easy for me to take the idea and grow. And it's like, here's the path. Just take a few steps. How often has that happened to you guys? Helen says, here we go. Lift off from planet Earth. Christine, the pyramid. Yes, I remember. Aliens, find your jump seats. We are blasting off. See it and believe it. Yes, yes, yes. It's all good. Helen, definitely feel your vibratory self. We are on the trajectory. That tracks. Lynn, it is like the symbol of Aries is a combo of the triangle and the beginning of two circles. I like that. Yeah, like an inverted triangle and then starting to go all here. Helen, it's all happening quickly for now. For me, yeah, Helen, you've been trying to get moving for a long time. And here it is. It's all starting to unfold. It's all about just doing it for the right reasons. You're here to expand your energy, and the universe wants you to expand your energy. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Those circles are the power wheels. I like that. Card number 2. Ancestral Realm. Didn't this just come up? I can't remember if it was from this deck or another one, but the ancestral thing came up like a week or two ago. Card number 2, Ancestral Realm. Karmic release. Healing the lineage. Boundaries. In every incarnation, we have been blessed to be part of a lineage that helps us live our life and embark on learning experiences. I was about to sneeze. And for hundreds and even thousands of years, those who have walked the earth before us have prayed for a better life. We are an answer to those prayers. Even though they may no longer be on the physical plane, our ancestors are living through our choices and experiences. None of our ancestors had it perfect. After all, they were human too. They made poor choices. They had mistaken views. Many of their intentions were honorable, many were not. All of this is held within the ancestral lineage, as are many beliefs, ideas, and limitations that are outdated, fear-based, and even harmful. All these karmic energies can hold us back. But when someone decides to walk the spiritual path, whether they realize it or not, their life becomes an answer to their ancestors' prayers. When this card comes to you, your life is an answer to a great ancestral call. This card initiates healing on all levels, but particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. Know that they need not be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond the challenging energies of your family lineage. If you are in a particularly challenging time or facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energy of your ancestors is with you now. They are here to hold a sacred and safe space so that you can rest. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without full awareness, and for any negative effects those are having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult, or a relationship has been negatively impacted because of situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing is taking place at this time. The ointment for the wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting what happened as fine, but realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness and live from your own heart. Keep your boundaries strong, but be open to carving out a new path. That was a loaded card that said a lot. It took us a lot to like our ancient ancestors and how their lives set us up for where we are now. But it also brought us into like current family situations as well. And I got distracted. I saw that Jacqui said it's bringing tears to her eyes. Lynn's dad is calling her right now. This is nuts. Yes, Helen, we are all in it together. The ancestors are here with us, guiding us and walking with us. Starseeds, this is our time to shine. Yeah. We are the answer to their prayers. That doesn't have to be a conceited thing to say. That's not egotistical to embrace that. It's honorable. It's an honorable thing to know that my life is like, I would like to know if I had prayers, right? Like, oh, I hope the world gets better. I hope in the future my grandkids, great grandkids will be able to have a life that looks like XYZ. Like, I would be so happy to see 600 years in the future that like that person is making the change, even 100 years in the future. And we are that. We are doing, like, look at this new earth that we are all creating. My gosh, just like try to connect with your ancestors heart to heart and just feel what they would possibly be feeling, to know that this is what the world looks like nowadays. We're splitting and we have a choice. There's a huge, crazy, effed up way that the world could be going, but we are choosing to go the positive way, the uplifting way, the love way, the community way. Look at the beautiful energy rising up from the mountains in that card. This one speaks loud and clear, says Christine. We are here to shine light on the path. Everyone inherently knows how to walk the path and will do it. Everything is connected. We know that everything is connected. So all of the inner work that you're doing as well heals your ancestors. It heals the future of your family line as well. Anytime that you do any type of inner work, you are raising the vibration immensely. Let's close it out. And I also want to pull another card from another deck. But card number 3 from this deck, the Pleiadian activation. Coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, is an open star cluster found in the northwest of the constellation Taurus. These bright blue luminous stars, which formed in the last 100 million years, are among the stars closest to Earth and are the cluster most obvious to the naked eye. It is for this reason that they have been connected to many spiritual traditions through the ages. This gateway transports us to a place where we can witness the great coming together of the Pleiades. Each and every single star within the cluster is representative of a nation of divine beings. The Pleiadians are said to be human-like beings who honor the feminine and live in an advanced way that we on Earth could also experience, if we were to accept and honor the holiness of the female body. If we were able to travel to the Pleiades in the third dimensional world, we would not find these beings, however, for they have transcended the physical state and operate on a higher vibration. Pleiadian energy is about coming together in peace and in harmony. You are blessed to receive this gateway, for it is a powerful message of assurance that whatever uncomfortable energy you are experiencing right now will soon be washed away. The Pleiadians are beings who live in complete honor of their planets and their people. They acknowledge that in seeing and connecting with one another, they have an opportunity to see and experience the divine. They also know the consequences of disrespecting others. It's for this reason that this is no longer possible for them. If you are being challenged by loved ones now, aim to shift the dynamics of this relationship through a loving approach. The lesson you are facing at this time is an opportunity to heal old wounds and operate from a higher state of being. I'm feeling a lot of divine feminine energy in this card. I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is. But my podcast partner, Vicky, has mentioned multiple times that, like, whenever I talk about the age of Aquarius, her thing is like, oh yeah, divine feminine rising. And I still don't have like the point to where she gets that from, but it feels right. A lot of women now are in their masculine out of necessity because of the society that we live in. Out of that like 90s businesswoman, got to do it all, got to be the best, got to do it by myself type energy. That's not divine feminine at all. Coming together, community, giving support, receiving support. That's all divine feminine. Creating from chaos. The Seven Sisters. This resonated with me because I'm the baby of 10 kids, but 7 of us are girls. So I wonder if I have any connection to the Pleiades, especially because I am a Taurus. And the constellation is in the constellation of Taurus. What else came up? Something else came up. Oh, yeah. The Pleiades want to help you heal old wounds. Weird. Ancestral old wounds. And by acting from the heart, the universe is literally going to set you up for everything that you need right now. So just work on yourself. Connect with your ancestors. Maybe send some gratitude for the hard work that they put in to get you to where you are, to set you up. Like, thank you for giving me these issues so that I can find the strength in myself to solve them in order to grow myself. Lynn says, we will come together this year. We are coming together. It's already happening. You are here with us. We are together. Age of Aquarius also. Aquarius rules like air travel. Pam Gregory keeps talking about how like the way that we travel, I could see like an instant like, okay, we teleport now. Like it could be that fast. Like, wow, something radical just shifted. With Pluto and Aquarius, yeah, just brand new ways of travel. So even though, Lynn, you're in Sweden, like I wouldn't be surprised if like next year we can easily connect without having to spend 14 hours in a plane. Helen says exactly, every good deed brings the vibration of the planet more energy, and we all are blessed. Christine, oh yes, this keeps coming up for me. It has been said that this is where I'm from. Would not be surprised. Helen says that makes total sense. I sense you as a Pleiadian sister. Gratitude, forgiveness, and love, all necessary and such gifts to us all. Helen says I definitely have a connection to the Pleiades. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a mutt. Like you, Helen. I think I'm just a big mutt. I think I'm a little bit of everything. I love it. It's resonating with Christine. Yeah. I tried. This is funny. It makes sense to me, but then when it came out of my mouth, it sounded like complaining. But I tried pulling the Divine Feminine card with my husband the other day about his cleanliness standards at home and my cleanliness standards at home. I am definitely a person where, like, if I'm working on a project, I want to have it out so I can see it. But it's neatly piled. You know, I'm not like spread all over the place. Like, that's even a messy pile for me. I'm very good at like keeping things organized, but out. And so the other day I was telling him, like, Divine Feminine is chaos. Divine Masculine is order and silence. And I was like, so if you want me to keep the house as clean as you want it to be, you're putting me in my masculine state. And he was like, are you serious? Like, you're really going there right now? But it made sense to me because, you know, Divine Feminine creates out of chaos. I like having everything kind of everywhere, but no. The house is too much right now. It's a whole thing. I don't know if that would, resonate with you guys at all, if that makes any sense. I'm going to tell a little short side story just because it makes sense to me. So my dad told me when I was a kid, men like to have stuff out where it is. You could just see it and grab it and go. This is how I do my thing, right? I'm a woman. He's a man. And then he said that women are the ones who like to have it tucked away in a drawer, put away neatly, blah, blah, blah. So then here's my theory. Divine Feminine is chaos. Divine Masculine is order. My dad was a Cancer, a feminine sign. My mom is an Aquarius, a masculine sign, having to keep it neat and tidy. Same. I'm a Taurus, feminine sign. My husband is a Sagittarius. Yeah, masculine. Or order. Just interesting. Even though Sagittarius is the bleh, but like he's enough blah inside that he needs his external to be neat and orderly. Whoa, we're gonna ask which archangel animal would like to work with us through this solar eclipse. So the effects of the eclipse hang out for 6 months or longer. So this is an animal that wants to work with us for quite some time. You know what I didn't do with the first deck is have you guys send your energy into it. So, but that's okay because you all have sent your energy into it a bunch of times, so it was there. But feel free to send your energy into this Archangel Animal deck. Helen says, I love your guy. I'd be very interested if you guys met. I'm sure you would. Yeah, that'd be great. And I love blah as a descriptor. I think I got it from you, Helen. I really do. That's like your go-to. And then blah, 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 blah. It's a very Hellenism. Christine, I love order, but when I'm a definite mess when studying, writing, and doing yoga. Love it. Yeah, and like we all have masculine and feminine within us. It's not about being 100% divine feminine because, you know, like there's a time and a place for both. But let's ask which animal spirit would like to be honored. Yeah. What animal spirit would like to work with us as we transition over the next 6 months? Love it. The kangaroo was last time, Helen. Oh, I like the idea of being a mess in yoga. I love it. The deer. Trust in the support of the universe. Just like the first card was saying, Stellar Gateway. Opportunities will drop into your lap if you follow your heart. My decoder ring needs a battery? What are you talking about, Helen? Trust in the support of the universe. And this is from Archangels Michael and Faith. All types of deer have incarnated from Lakume, the ascended aspect of Sirius. They learn and teach about trust. The gentle feminine doe has her third eye open and is alert and watchful. The dignified masculine stag is grounded in his power, and his antlers symbolize dominance and supremacy. Stag's antlers grow in the spring, representing birth and renewal. They fall off in the autumn, denoting endings or loss. The mission of a doe's soul is to learn and teach about grace, innocence, trust, and family life. That of the stag is to learn and teach about trust in the universe, majesty, and self-empowerment, and said to experience walking a solitary path. Their service missions are to eat fresh grasses and leaves in order to stimulate new growth. The Deer card is reminding you to trust the universe, to look after and support you, to trust your own deepest intuition, then to follow its guidance. Deer bring you a message of balance and equilibrium, for you are guided to employ your psychic knowing while maintaining your dignity and divine magnificence. If you are reading this in the spring, expect a renewal of hopes, confidence, and a new direction. Wow. And then it says, it doesn't apply, but who knows who might watch this replay. If it is in the autumn, there may be endings that will ultimately benefit you. So handle them with grace. Or even wouldn't Southern Hemisphere people be in autumn right now? You are asked to look out for help. You are asked to look out for and help those weaker than yourself. And Archangel Michael will assist you in this task. He invites you to remember that we are all one, and in helping one another, you promote your spiritual growth and ultimately that of the planet. I want to drop my microphone right now. That was amazing. That was the best. Especially because we were just talking about blending the masculine and the feminine. Like, this was not a stag card. Lots of decks will just give you the stag, the masculine deer. This was the deer card, blending the masculine and the feminine. It's all about trusting the universe, which is how we started this reading, which started 2023. Follow your heart. Do what you know is right. Trust that the universe will take care of you. Follow your inner guidance. Wow. Maybe this was just a reminder to be more in your feminine. Like, how much have you been in your masculine out of necessity? Out of survival, because that's what the society has created. Christine says, one of my spirit animals. Likewise. Yeah, that was like my number 2. The wolf came first, and the wolf came strong, and then it's the stag for me, but that was a very strong secondary. Yeah. Tune to it. Helen, I said it was the kangaroo, and you said that was the last time, so the battery in my ring was slow and gave me the last image, not the current one. Ha ha ha. Christine, I found an antler in my yard a month ago. I wonder how it got there. Hope there wasn't a fight. Deers shed their antlers. So, oh my gosh, Christine, the worry of animals. Okay, here's another teachable moment. Relating story, quick, about worry and stuff. My husband's mom was in the hospital last week. She's totally fine now. She's back to normal. It was a whole dehydration thing. She was on meds for a thing, and she wasn't eating or drinking, and then she got all loopy. She went to the hospital. I understand why Paul lost his shit. I understand why he was so worried about her. It's his mom. That's all I need to say. So we saw them on Sunday, and to me, she looked fine. She looked like she was adjusting back to home life from being in the hospital. You know, like, it takes you a couple days to fully regain your consciousness. Paul, on the other hand, was like, oh my God, my mom's not right. Like, she's sick. Something's going to happen. Something bad is happening, blah, blah, blah. So whatever. I totally get like the personal element. I'm not as connected to her as he is. But then yesterday, so we saw his dad yesterday. We went out to eat, and then we drove separately. So like Paul and I were getting ready on the bike to go home, and his dad was on the phone in the car. And Paul's reaction right away was like, what's wrong with mom? Worry. He's putting worry into the situation. So when we got home, it took me a second to like reframe my words to put it so he could hear it best. But I just let him know, like, by putting that worry out there, like, I know you love your mom. I know that you're very concerned about her health, which is, being a good son, doing all those things. But by putting that worry energy into the situation, you're just adding worry and stress to the situation. That's no matter how you feel about it, it's going to go the same way, whatever's destined. So, like, if you were to put your love and trust, like, I trust that my mom is healing. I love that my mom is healing. Putting that energy not only makes you feel better about the situation, but then it makes the whole situation better because you're sending love and healing to the situation. So that's it. That was a little rant. Didn't mean to get provoked by your comment, Christine, but the same thing, like worrying about the animals. Animals are here. They're already evolved. They've already learned all of their soul lessons. They are the highest incarnation. They enjoy service to others. That's their job here. That's their that's their whole purpose, is to be of service as humans learn to grow and evolve. I hope that helps. Helen says, Ashland, where I'm moving, is full of deer. I love it. And Helen said that, yes, they shed their antlers. Bonnie, can you consider holding up the book pages that accompany the card? A pause replay. We can pause to read. Yes, let me read the rest of the chats, and I'll do that. That's a good idea. Kirby says, oh my God, the chat was freaking me out. Helen was predicting the future. Then I realized my bar wasn't at the end. I was behind the line. Oh, that's awesome. That's so funny. I thought about you calling the deer last time, Helly. It's Helly. I always saw it with an I-E. Hellie. Helly. Christine, I know they shed the antlers, but the card said in the fall. So I thought if it was in the spring, maybe it wasn't a natural shedding. People also buy deer antlers for their dogs. So maybe like somehow a dog was chewing one outside and then it like ended up in your backyard somehow. Animals don't worry about timelines. If it's time to shed, it's time to shed. Yeah, that's true. Beautiful reading. Thanks, Lynn. Helen says, true, my cat is definitely a higher incarnation and she reminds me of it all the time. Yeah. The whole you guys ever seen like dogs get in a fight? Like dogs get pissy at each other and they bark and they snarl and they, tussle around. And then they walk away and they do that shiki shake. And then they move on. Like that's them completely like leaving that energy behind them. I love that. Animals know how to do that. And I'm learning from them. All right, Stellar Gateway activation. Okay, had blood on it. It was fresh off a deer. Maybe it got caught on a tree. I don't know. We don't need to worry. I get it. You love animals. Here is the first page of the Stellar Gateway activation. If you want to pause it on the replay. Second and third page of the Stellar Gateway. And Dan, we have Ancestral Realm. Here's the Ancestral Realm if you want to pause it. And the second page of Ancestral Realm. And then Pleiadian activation. Boom. Shakalaka. And the last part. And then Archangel Deer is the deer part. And second page. We'll see if that works. I didn't say anything about it because I'm not an insight timer. I don't expect donations today, but I put my link tree linked up at the top of the chat. In my link tree, there's a PayPal donation thing at the bottom. So if you guys want to exchange energy today, cool. Honestly, the fact that you guys were here, that you helped coach me as I troubleshot technology on YouTube Live, like this was so beautiful. This felt to me a lot more laid back and relaxed than Insight Timer, but I think it's just because it's a bunch of people that I already have a relationship with, and maybe that's exactly what I needed the first time that I was on YouTube Live. I love this group too, Helen. I love it. Kirby says, now my lab has the wiggles. He really enjoyed hearing your shaky shake. Yes, I love it. I love it. Christine, Helen, apparently I'm a worrier like my mom, but I'm constantly telling others the worrying is like praying for bad things to happen. So I get the message loud and clear. Something that helped me with worrying was the phrase, might happen, probably won't. That was for like forward thinking anxiety. You know, like, oh, what if this happens? What if it goes this way? What if this goes bad? Might happen, probably won't. That's something that, so the podcast that I recorded with Vicky today will probably come out in like a month, maybe even 2 months, because we have a lot of backlog. But the whole message, not the whole message, there's a lot of whole messages. But a big thing that brought me to where I am now is letting go of worrying, letting go of trying to control the outcome of things. It's really, like Herbie says, it is what it is. Everything just is. You determine if it's good or bad. We are such a fun and loving family. Yes, we are. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, like, for following me to a new platform. That means the world to me. That is so nice. I got a handful of emails yesterday from asking you guys, like, why you keep coming back, why you're here. I asked for the feedback because I am in the process of creating a marketing email to let you guys know about my coaching program. So that's going to come out within the week. The universe is helping me find the time to create this opportunity. But yeah, I'm going to start a coaching thing at a low cost the first time around, just to like help you guys and to exchange for testimonials. That's what it comes down to. So I asked you guys first for like telling me what you get out of working with me, following me, listening to me. Like, why do you keep showing up to these events? Because I want to be able to tell people the benefit of working with me, but I'm not in that mindset because I am me. So I'd like to hear what you guys get out of listening to me and stuff. So yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, some of you did, but if you can send me an email, lakesidelivinghealer@gmail.com. There's also a link in my link tree to get there. But just like 1 or 2 sentences about why you keep coming back, what you've gained from hanging out with the tribe. I would appreciate it. I'm trying really hard to get an email sent out tomorrow about this coaching thing. If you are interested and you just want to like get details now, send me an email and I'll just tell you bluntly, like, this is what I have planned. You in, you out. So that's it. That's it. Lynn says there's a warrior in Christine. I love it. I let the antlers because I think they're so interesting, but I worried that maybe I should put it back in the woods. I kept the antlers. Why worry? Are you shoulding yourself? The universe will give us gifts. When it's time for the gifts to be returned, you'll know it's time for the gifts to be returned. I took bones from one time that I was hiking. There was 3 really cool bones. Still don't know what kind of animal they came from, maybe a coyote, but I took them. On that hike, another person was like, oh, that's cool. So they took one. So I was already gifting it back. Another one I turned into a prayer stick at the retreat. So that's me honoring the animal spirit in my shamanic journeys. And then I used the third bone to pour all of the emotions from the end of the retreat, from all of us, from the collective, into the bone. And I buried the bone in the sand at Lake Michigan in order for the sand to polish away all the nasties. Yeah, take from nature, but just give it back when it's time to give it back. We have seashells from the lake, and sometimes I'll collect them. And then every time now that I go on a walk, I try to give a stone or a shell or something that I've found back to nature. Even like my plants, when they have dead leaves and stuff, now I'm putting them outside by the trees to help the decomposing nourishment go back to nature instead of just throwing it out. Yeah, it's a cycle. This is great. Bring your friends. Fun session. Thanks, Bonnie. And Christine says this was fun. Jackie was driving, wanted to say this was wonderful today. Loved being with all my friends. Me too. Me too. Helen, because you are fun, authentic, and love aliens. I guess you're speaking to all of us. Christine, I feel I want to keep them. I loved your prayer stick. Yeah, it's a gift. You can accept the gift. It's okay. Oh, Helen says, we all love you too, Jackie. Christine loves her soul sister. Bonnie, oh, I love the idea. I think I will do that with our sand and shells. Yeah, it's a nice, just like, hey, Jackie says, Helen, I'm in a mental place now than when we started. Readings helped, and of course, the conversation. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was my testimonial. Thanks, Helen. Because I'm fun, authentic, and I love aliens. I'll be sure to tell that to people. Hey, you want to work with me as your coach? I love aliens. Bye. I'm just kidding. MPV. Hi, Jackie and all. Nice to see y'all live here. Good info, great reads and cards. Thanks. By the way, I often see a donate option in the chat box here in other chats. Are you referring to YouTube Live? You see donation things? Because I would like to learn more about that. Just because I'm learning. I'm not bashing aliens. No. Or maybe you could figure out how to offer that. So I have my link tree. It should be pinned at the top of the link tree link is in the show notes, like in the description. And there's a PayPal donate at the bottom of my link tree. So that's how I did today. But that's all new, all beginning. If you guys are not on my email list, also you can join that through my link tree. That's how most of my information about all the new things that I'm doing is communicated. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Today was great. It was wonderful. It was a very solar ecliptic first session. Good thing because I'm referring people as we speak who love aliens. All right, Helen. Love to all. Namaste. Yes, YouTube chat has a way for us to buy you a tea or whatnot. Interesting. Okay. I think I know what to do, and I'll look into that. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow on Insight Timer. I'll be back at 8:15 on Central Time on Insight Timer. Love to all. Blessings to all this wonderful family. Goodbye, Lynn. Love you guys. Bye.